Welcome to Mindfulness Meditation. This is at Unity Spiritual Center, West Texas, and it is just that. It will be 25 minutes of meditation and then a short reading at the end. So, just a reminder, meditation is where you get still. It's where you listen to God. Or you're open to what the universe has to say to you. So to do that, we must still our minds. So let's begin that stilling of the mind by quickly jotting down or putting it on your phone, anything that you've got to do that you might forget if you don't take care of making a note of it now. And then you can release it so that you can focus on the meditation. Focus on the nothingness. So let us begin with 3 deep breaths. Breathe in to the belly. In through the nose. Out through the mouth. Now let us imagine we're walking down a path. There's a stream running on our left. You can hear it running. And there's a gate on the right. There's a wall, but there's a gate through the wall. And you open the gate and you step through, and right there is this big box. And it's got a heavy lid, but what do I do with it? So you're curious. You open the lid of the box. The box is empty, but inside the lid are the instructions. Leave all your cares and worries and concerns, your heavy-heartedness, your grudges. Just leave them in the box. And know that they'll be there for you to pick up when we complete the meditation. Keep digging. Keep digging. There's more you can put in there. And as you fill it up, the box just gets deeper and deeper. And now you're so light because all those worries and concerns are off of you. They're off of your shoulders. It's hard to stay on the ground. But you go to close the lid on that box and it closes very easily. And it's shut and a little latch comes down. You put a stick through it to keep it shut. We don't want any of that stuff bothering us. And now we look around at what's in front of us. It's just a beautiful world. It's a pasture. It's a forest. It's a sand dune. It's a mountain meadow. It's whatever you want it to be. And so, sit down in you're already sitting, but imagine yourself sitting down, getting comfortable, and just being aware of your surroundings. No other care. Your shoulders relax. Your back is straight without any issues. And we're focusing on our breathing. Through the nose into our belly. And out through the mouth. And as you're observing your breath, let's imagine a light, a white light emanating from you. Is it from you, or is it coming into you through your crown chakra? And it fills your body with light. It's a healing light. Anything that you thought was bothering you, let that light focus on it. Bring the focus of the light onto that ailment you thought you had that you forgot to leave in the box. And the light shines on it. The light shines through it. The light shines from it. And it goes to the box. We're here now just to allow that light to fill your body as you continue to focus on the breath. And now you recognize you've been in that peaceful state for long enough. And this is just a reminder to come back. Get up, head back towards the gate. If there's anything in that box you need to take with you for the rest of the day, open it up and get it. Meanwhile, I'm headed to the gate and back down the path that I came to get here today. Let us continue to walk. We realize that we are back in the present. And we are in this room. And open your eyes. Stretch, move, however you need to. And now I'm going to read from this book, Our Spiritual Resources by Joel Goldsmith. Some of this may sound old and stilted. This book was originally written in 1978, but it still holds true today. And we're going to continue on our bringing God into daily experience. So if you remember, bringing God into individual experience is possible only through an activity of consciousness. If we make conscious contact with our source, we make contact with the spiritual source of all of those who can bless us and all of those whom we can bless. That relationship is not really effective until the moment of contact, because until that moment of contact, we are separate human beings, each with his own interests, purposes, needs, and in that separateness, we may not be fulfilling each other's needs at all. So, before engaging in any of the activities of our day, we should make it a point to establish that contact with God, that everywhere presence. For those who have not yet learned how to do this, in the beginning it will take time. It may be necessary to read for a few minutes, then sit and meditate for a few more minutes, read, meditate, ponder some truth, meditate again. It may take a whole hour before we really get a feeling that it is done. Those of us who are busy with activities of daily life and meeting the pressing demands of this world may raise the question, where do I get that hour? Remember, this was 1978. This was before smartphones. But it wasn't before computers, but computers were very primitive at the time, and you didn't have them at home either. Where do I get that hour? That is a matter for each one to determine for themselves. Each person has to determine whether attaining the Christ realization, the oneness with God, is worth getting out of bed an hour ahead of time or 2 hours ahead of time, or whether it's more important to have that extra sleep. There is no one who can legitimately say that he does not have enough time, because everybody has 24 hours in the day. And while each person may have demands made upon them for, he says perhaps 12 hours of those hours, nowadays it's more like 16 to 18 of those hours, 24 hours. During the time he is not busy, he undoubtedly has the choice whether he will watch television or listen to radio, play on the computer, watch it, go to a movie, sleep, or to spend at least 2 of those hours trying to reach that feeling of oneness with God. Each one must determine to what extent they really want this experience. A God contact is not merely a statement in the mind. It is an actual inner release from worldly fears or cares, and it is followed by further spiritual light, and then gradually by a change in body, purse, finances, or in other circumstances. When we have achieved this actual realization, we shall know that we are being divinely led, divinely protected, or divinely instructed, and that God is on the field, whatever the situation may be. There is one point that will help to bring this realization of divine guidance and protection to us more quickly than any other, and that is this. The longer we persist in believing that God heals, enriches, or supplies, the longer we shall be left on the outside the realm of demonstration. We must come to a place where we realize that God is not a power. God is a presence. God is a power only in the sense that God is a creative principle, the power that maintains and sustains its creation. But God is not a power in the sense of, oh, if I could just contact God, He would heal everybody, supply and protect everybody I know. God is not the power, a power in that sense. God is a presence, but because God is a presence and infinite, there is no other presence. All sin, all disease, all death, all lack disappear before God's presence. Therefore, we must be very careful when we are meditating that we do not believe that God's power is going to provide supply, or that God's power is going to result in somebody's being employed. It does not operate that way. And now, let us end in our usual manner. We sit not only for ourselves, but for all beings everywhere. May all beings be happy. May all beings be free. May all beings know peace. Namaste.